felt refreshed with a small break. Well, now coming to the theme of today's meeting, like finding your North Star, like I told you, maybe I can give some points where you can realize or it can help you to find your North Star, right? There are 3 points. The first point is the flow state. The flow state is just recall certain time where you don't realize how the time passes. It's just a constant and you are completely immersed into whatever the things you are doing. For me, if you ask the time, for me, it's like debugging some piece of software where there is some debugging. I know most of the people don't like debugging, but for me, it's a kind of a time where I don't realize how the time passes. Now, I'd like to ask all of you, is there any moment or any activity in your life that you love doing it so that you don't feel how the time just passes like anything? Anyone?
Reading for.
Reading. Great. Anyone else?
Like
Driving. Great. Watching movies. Great. See, there are so many things that we really love doing. Like, for example, traveling. Might be that can be your North Star. Like you love traveling, then that you can find different reasons to travel, right? That can be one of the reasons that you can find your North Star. So we'll discuss more on this. Let's move to a second segment of this meeting. That is the table topic segment, where our table topic master will be coming here and help you with the topics. Let me invite you, let me introduce you all the table topic master for today's meeting. Toastmaster Abhishek Negi, an active Toastmaster for 4 years. He works at Robert Boss and enjoys reading, meaningful conversations, traveling, and exploring different cultures. With a big round of applause, let's invite Toastmaster. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, before we start, I'd like to ask this question: how many of you have attended table topic before? I know all the Toastmasters have. Okay, many of the guests have already. Okay, so in this meeting, we'll do a bit different. Can you present the screen?
Yeah.
So usually what we do in the table topic session is that you come on the stage. First of all, you have to volunteer. You come on the stage. I will give you one topic. You have to speak about that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. But we will also in this session we'll do slightly different in that we will learn how to give the table topic session. Now we want to have the North Star as our personal goal because of the reason we are here, right? Now, if we want to aspire to be a better communicator, we need the asana. For example, if you want to be a better cook, you cannot do it with just one ingredient. You need multiple ingredients, and with that, you need to learn how to cook it. Similarly, in here, I will discuss with you so many different ways you can structure your speech in a table topic session. And after that, you will be also coming on the stage and using it in the practical experience. This will help you going forward when you will give the speech more in our club or in other club as well. So I will request one more thing from you. Please, if you have note, if you have phone, please bring it out and keep a note of it, whatever point that we will going to discuss. And after the meeting or maybe later, you can practice it even more. Okay, so let us start. So the topic is, in this thing, we are going to have table topic toolkit. I will give you a toolkit how you can attend the table topic. And there is one topic that will given to you, and everyone has to speak on this one topic. But we will see how different way we can speak for this one topic. Can you move it in the next? Okay, so for topic for today's is, it is a popular quote from Game of Thrones. Anyone has watched it? No one. Okay, nice. Okay, so the topic is when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. And you can think about the same topic in a different way. Before moving on to the next step and learning about different way you can present the speech, I want any Toastmaster to please come on the stage and speak about this. Anyone like to try? Yes, please. Thank you so much. Before this, can you announce your name so that?
Yeah, my name is Sudesh.
Thank you so much. So, TDM Sudesh, the topic for you is when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. TDM Sudesh.
Well, we are all here for a reason. Because we want the stage time. The first time I was on the stage, I froze. Like some of you probably. I froze because I forgot what to say next. But when you are on the stage, when you are in the game of Thrones, there is no middle ground. You either die or you win. So you have to survive. You have to make use of 4 to 6 or 5 to 7 minutes. There is no running back. If you are running away, that means that you are still fearful. Last week, I was at a contest at Infosys Toastmasters Club, and Toastmaster Badri was a contestant. I'm taking out the name because I was there wrestling. Then he was given a topic to present. 5 to 7 minute speech he was supposed to deliver. He started pretty well. He froze. Did we stop? No. We grabbed as Toastmasters. That's the best thing that we can do. Did we stop? No. We froze completely, moved away, but we gave him a second chance. But sometimes in real life, you won't get that second chance. You either do or die, whether it's on the stage or in your life. So I must say, when you're on the stage, utilize that time, whatever time that's given. For me, the time that's given is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So either I perish or I'll be done. Choice is yours. Always use your stage time and don't run away because stage will not help you in that way if you're fearful. But it will help you when you're confident because you will become a confident speaker. So choose your time effectively on the stage and succeed, become a confident man, confident speaker. Thank you so much. With this.
Now, when he spoke about it, he agreed with it, and he also explained why he agreed with this, and he went deeper into it. And coincidentally, this also aligns with the first framework that I'm going to discuss today to attempt the table topic speech. Can you move to the next? Okay, so the first framework of giving a table topic speech is PREP framework. What is it? PREP is the way that you can structure. First of all, if a topic is given to you, think about the point that you want to mention. It can either you can agree with it, you can disagree with it, or you have some different opinion. Think about the point. Then think about the reasoning behind the topic. Why do you think the point is? What is your opinion behind? What is the reason behind this logic? Then give an example. For example, in this case, he gave a story to establish this point. So in the example, you can give a story, you can tell about your experience, you can give some anecdote, you can give some information, facts, statistics, anything that you think the audience will get hooked. And finally, reinforce the point. Again, come back to the point so that this will store in the mind of the audience. So this is the PRP framework, the first framework for giving the table topics. Anyone would like to try this? With the same topic, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no better now.
Everyone.
Okay. That's better. Can you announce your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Ravi.
So, Praveen, the topic with the framework PREP. The topic with PREP framework, Praveen.
You all have seen the topic. When you play Game of Thrones, sorry, I don't really play this game, so I'm just trying to recollect the name. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, there is no middle ground. When I listen to this statement, this topic, I just got an analogy. Let's say you want to go from Bangalore to Mumbai. You want to take a flight. You have to go to take the flight and you are boarding the flight. You have seen a captain walking, right? So what is it that you may think after taking off? Either it may save land or it may crash. Either you survive or you may die. But what is that still keeping you in the flight, onboarding, taking the flight to Mumbai and staying there? It is the belief on the captain that you have 100% confidence that the captain is taking this flight and taking it safely. So my dear friends, in life, you have to have the belief on yourself. There is no belief, there is no relief. Our famous Toastmaster Manoj was there always says, right? And when you want to do this, you also have something, you have to discover your North Star. Many a times you will be in a panic situation. How do you come back from the panic situation? You have to relate your North Star, discover your North Star, find your purpose, find your why. That's when from panic to normal, you will come back. So keep aspiring yourself and doing best. The pilot is the one you always trust. You also believe in this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so can I give you one feedback?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is for everyone as well. When you come on the stage, the topic is given to you. You can start speaking about the topic. But one more recommendation is that you can give a short break of 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and give a think about it, how you are going to organize your thought and how you are going to present to the speech. It will be much more powerful and much more organized. Okay, this is one of the feedback that I have. Can you move on to the next framework? Rule of three. This is an interesting thing. So, how you can use this rule of three and what it is? In the rule of three, as soon as you hear a topic, you state the statement that I agree, I disagree, I have different opinion, and you can state what is your opinion about it. Then you say that I have three reasons to believe it. Now, what does this three reasons do to the mind of the audience and your mind? As soon as you say because of three reasons, audience think that okay, this person has the clarity and I should listen to him. That quickly establish the credibility in the mind of the audience for you. Okay, this is what happens in the mind of the audience. What happens in your mind and how you gonna attempt this topic? You say 3 points. Now you start thinking about what are the points. The 3 points you might not know at this point, but you start thinking about the first point. You speak about the first point. While speaking about the first point, think about the second point. A bit challenging. Start speaking about the second point. While speaking about the second point, think about the third point. Now, it seems a bit challenging, but with practice, it becomes easier. And what it does, because you have made commitment to so many people in the audience that I'm going to give you three reasons. Your brain will start thinking about what reason I can give, and it will deliver you something at least you will be able to speak. Okay. So anyone would like to try this? It is okay. Yeah. You would like to try? Yeah, please. Hi. Can you announce the name?
Hi, good evening, dear Toastmaster and dear guest. My name is Pradeep Goyal. That's
Sure. Okay. Pradeep. Rule of three. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. With the framework, rule of three, the topic, when you play Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Pradeep.
Thank you. So, hello friends. Do you face this kind of challenge in your life? Like anybody? Because from since beginning of our life, we face this kind of challenge. As a school, when we born, we came to this world. After we went to school, went to college, now in our corporate world. As a face, so there are three reasons. Like first, challenge is there. That's there's no challenge, no risk. No risk, no challenge. Right? So, are you agree with me?
Yes.
Because people are there in the comfort zone. That's why I'm also like sitting in your corner and listening to people. Okay. But I'm comfort zone. But come to here, standing here, then there's a challenge. Because people can talk anything, sitting in the gathering. But how you become unique? Come out from this people are in one kind of group of people and just chattering. How is that the guy talking? He doesn't know how to talk in English. But once coming on stage and take the stage and talk to people, that's a challenge. That I took today. I'm talking to everybody. So I say always, challenge, you take a risk, but your challenge with that is with them. There's no risk, no award. Right? Because let's say I joined some big organization with big package. But because I took the challenge, that's what I get good awards. That's second reason. And third reason, okay, that's why I concluded. Take the challenge, take the risk. This is there, awards will be there. Thank you so much. So there's no like middle ground, just like to die or win. As a leader, it always like take a challenge and to win. And so of like leadership. That's a great leadership.
Few sentences, you would like to say, how was the experience with rule of three framework?
It's quite challenging because first I came to stage and thought what to talk. I was just sitting, I thought, suddenly this disappeared. But tried to frame my sentence and speech. When I moved to second, the third is quite difficult to me to like some timer I need to manage. That's all.
Sure. Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And the best thing about this framework is that initially it becomes challenging, but with practice it becomes much more easier for us to think about three different regions and speak. Okay, can we move on to the next technique? Okay, the next is the storytelling technique, is the easiest technique. So what you have to do here is that as soon as you come on the stage, you hook the audience with a story. Okay, you have the topic with you. Think about what story you can tell, because nothing, hook the audience than a very good story and very well elaborated story. So you come on the stage, first of all, hook the audience. You can ask them to raise the hand. You can, maybe use a loud voice. You can do anything to grab the attention and to hook the audience. Tell the story. Immediately start with the story. And by the end of it, come to the lesson from that story and then go back to the topic. This is a bit different order. So anyone would like to try the storytelling framework? Yes, you are having the hand first. Yeah, this.
I think I have raised my hand.
Okay. Maybe after this Moho, we can try with the next framework. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you announce your name?
I'm Aditya.
Aditya. Okay. Aditya. The topic storytelling framework. The topic is when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. With the storytelling framework, Aditya.
So this framework is like I could really make connect with it. And so first, like this was during my school time actually. So I was put into a situation where I was not prepared for the exam. So I had to either like go and write the exam or I wanted to stay in my house and like just skip it because I was like scared whether like what result I would get. So like my parents came and like they just were like forcing me like either you face the exam, it's okay if you pass or even if you fail, but you are supposed to face the exam. So the facing part is like the most thing which connected like because either I just get up it's okay if I like, lose, but then I just go and like write the exam and come, or I just stay at home and if you give me a leverage. So the thing is like once you like skip one, it will make your mind like I could do this again and again, which will make you not face the situation. So to face the situation, you're supposed to start. So that's what I would like to relate that. Once you like face the situation once, so you'll be able to do it again and again. So that is like one story. So if I could connect it in the second way, it could be either the lion or like a football situation. So what a male dominant lion does when it has a territory is like once like it's like after it's like some lions like younger lions come, it has to either protect its territory, it has to either die or it has to just there is no give up for the lion. It has to either die or win the battle and like dominate the other lions. So the lion always chooses to fight back and die in most of in the wild situation. It always chooses to like protect its territory or die by even facing three or more lions. So that is one thing which I would like to connect. And the last thing is like the football situation. So like when the team is in a tight position and one team dominates the game, so the losing team suddenly has to push it to its maximum limits. Like it's suddenly like the pressure on the team has like doubled. So like at that time, generally the players like push their limits and like they just start performing, like giving their all. So that's the third reason which I would like to say that like you would like they would it would this makes the person or the thing individual like push into their limits. So that is what like I would like to say and end this.
I think you also use both the framework, storytelling framework and the previous framework as well. So wonderful job. Okay, can we take one topic or syllabus? Okay, please.
Next, huh?
So let us move ahead with the next framework, that is the timeline framework. Now, timeline framework gives us better perspective about how the idea changed. For example, this topic, the topic I am giving to you, it was from medieval time, and currently the story might be different. In the future, the same understanding might be different. So what you can do is you can go through the structure, how the idea was in the past, how it is envisioned at this moment, and how it's gonna be in the future, and then you can speak about it. And finally, you can reach to the conclusion that what you have learned from this journey and from this chapter. Okay, so Toastmaster Mahua has raised her hand. This is a different framework. Everything is a different
Where
framework. You can mix and match
Visual
that is completely good.
വേറെങ്ങനെ സ്ക്രീനിലേക്ക് ഉണ്ടോ
Yes, മതി.
സ്ക്രീൻ ഷെയർ
No screen share. We can share the screen. First, where's the other one?
ഷെയർ സ്ക്രീൻ ഷെയർ
Mahua, you can see the screen, right? The
Yes.
timeline framework.
Yes.
Okay. You want-
ഓക്കെ
Okay, this fine.
Okay, so Toastmaster Mahua, with the timeline framework, with the topic, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or die. There is no middle ground. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. With the framework, timeline, Toastmaster Mahua.
Your voice actually getting breaking, Madam. I'm not getting the topic. Can you write it down? Or can you repeat it
It
once
is
again?
on the top of the screen. Can you read it?
1 minute.
Is the screen shared?
യാ സ്ക്രീൻ
Uh,
ഷെയർ
No, I'm not able to see. Some screen is coming in between.
Mahua, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now?
Let us do one thing.
Let's
do one thing. Okay, are you able to see it?
The voice is not available.
In chat window you can.
See, any other person in the online, can you hear us?
Yes, yes. I can hear. I can
Oh.
hear you.
Okay.
Okay, I am repeating the topic. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. Let me message.
she's listening.
Okay. Yes.
Oh.
I still remember one story. I'm sharing one story from my life. It was what dance competitions, and my mom, she enrolled me in that competition. And it was like all the dancer from the different state, they came and they were performing very well. And I was feeling that I am now in this game of these beautiful dance competitions, and where I came now, my God, am I able? So many doubt were rising in that time, because I was not that great dancer, but my mom enrolled me in that place, and she told me that you just need to perform. You don't need to think that you will win or lose. You just need to perform. And by as I was not that great dancer, so I lose the game. Then After some time, I came to Bangalore, and here in Bangalore, I got a chance to learn from. Now I got a chance from now to learn a dance from a great Varanatam teacher. Now, few years now, this now in the present, I'm learning a lot of dance technique and lot of things, a lot of different techniques for from my dance. So, which helped me to become a more and more confident dancer. So I believe that in future, if there is any kind of competitions is there, I can perform, because that daily practice and the teacher from the Bangalore, he taught me a lot of techniques which give me a lot of confidence. So I believe that any competitions, there will be a win and the die situation. And but if you focus on your performance, you focus on your journey, I think you will not lose the confidence. And yeah, you always give your best. So in future, I definitely, if I get any opportunity to perform, so definitely I will give my best. I will not think that I will lose or I will die. I'll not take any middle path. I'll just give my best. Thank you, What to Table Topic Master.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Moha, for attempting the topic. Also, I know that there was some disturbance with the communication as well. But wonderful job, Dr. Moha, and thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Can you move to the thank you slide? Okay. So I have one challenge for you. The challenge is that I have given, or we have discussed about some of the frameworks on which we can give the table topic. So let us, all of us, whether you are a Toastmaster or guest, let us go back home and practice these techniques. And the next upcoming table topic session, let us try to attempt this so that, because it's not about speaking here, it's about also improving. If you are on the stage, then we should improve. Okay. So anyone would like to do or joining next meeting and like to try? Okay, you're out of the meeting. Okay, we'll do a different rules. Okay, thank you so much. Over to you.
very much.
Let's give a big round of applause to Krishna Karisek. I think this is the best framework. Like, if you ask me which framework I like the first one in the break. And each one of you having different kind of framework that you might be liking, but this is a very good way of attempting the table topics. So I won't take much time because we're already running late with the time. Just I will tell that the second point I told, right? Finding your North Star, right? The second point would be find your non-negotiables. What does that mean? That if you have been given the wealth or materialistic things in your life, that you don't need to run after your day-to-day things, right? But still there is one thing that you will always like to stand for, right? What is that one thing that you always want to? Right, so just reflect upon it, think upon it. Then we'll come back after the evaluation segment. So now I would like to invite Toastmaster Sadish to come to the stage and meet for the evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster, today. We are going to start with the evaluation segment as promised. The first one is the evaluation of the speech segment, right? For that, I'd like to request the first evaluator, Toastmaster Kalai, to evaluate the target speaker. Toastmaster Kalai.
Thank you, Satish. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. So today my target speaker, Toastmaster Vasudha, has attempted level 4, project 1, and there are some objectives for the speech. So I have validated based on that parameters what has been given in the document. So basically this is about successful club series where the speaker has to introduce what is the series about and what they are going to explain with the data about the successful club series. So she has prepared the content to explain what it is exactly. So the first parameter, what I have to measure is whether the speaker would properly introduce what is the successful club series and whether she is able to convey the audience properly. Yes, she has achieved it. Initially, she has introduced what is the successful club series and she encouraged the audience to know about it. So that parameter has been achieved. The second one was the presenter has adequately prepared and how heavily did the presenter rely on the notes. She has presented well and she has proper notes and the data, everything in her presentation. And she didn't read the presentation, but she has given her own views. So that shows that she has prepared it and she has the well knowledge, required knowledge about her presentation. So that also achieved. The third one, how did the speaker use vocal variety to enhance this presentation? So this point, um, yeah, she is trying to explain what is the successful club series and what are all the pathways are available and everything. But if we say vocal variety, but that I could find some of the deviation here. It was like monotonous. There won't be much vocal variety. So this is an important area where my target speaker has to fine tune it. Then the next one is, did the speaker display the visual smoothly and the appropriate times and how the speaker would improve? So she has given the every slide and she spoke about that. I mean, without any delay, she spoke about that and she has smoothly transitioned from one slide to another slide. So that point is also achieved. The next one is, what aspect of the speaker's presentation style did you find unique and why? So the presentation style was unique with proper background and required information. There is no much paragraphs. It was very unique with the details, appropriate details. So that parameter also achieved. Then next one, did the speaker present the material clearly, simple, so audience members would easily use the information to improve their own skills? Yes, the presentation was very simple and clear to understand. So due to the time, I just quickly wind up. So the presentation was clear and she is able to convey the message. But I could, however, I could see two more flaws. I mean, the improvement areas where my target speakers could improve. One is more audience engagement because initially she has engaged the audience and after that it was like monotonous. There was no audience engagement and the presentation and delivery itself is like monotonous, need more vocal variety to make the audience, I mean, more engaged. Thank you and over to you, Toastmaster Pudi. Toastmaster Sampani. Sorry.
Toastmaster Kalai. Moving on to the next speech evaluator. The next evaluator is Toastmaster Rajesh, who is going to evaluate Toastmaster Abhinaya's speech.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sudhi Shok. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Toastmaster Abhinaya Aski for the wonderful speech. I'm going to evaluate in a three-step framework. Number one, close. Number two, gross. Number three, confusion. So close, I'm going to talk about the strength of the speech. Her storytelling. Abhinaya, your storytelling was fantastic. The way the conversation happened with the pencil and moving to the rubber eraser and then pencil, it was so nice to see and it was the cutest way of telling the story. The second thing, the confidence which you had. The entire speech, you had a very good confidence. The way you have communicated and the way you said, one, for example, both the pencil and rubber became tired. So this kind of conversation, it was so confident and gave a lot of boost. And the message to the end, the third one was a message to the audience and the stage usage. The stage usage, even the online platform, it was well observed. And the message to the audience, like when we work together, we became the better person. And two, the gross areas of improvement. Number one, since your speech was for the body language and the vocal variety, I would recommend you to keep the background instead of blur, the open background. The blur background, I was not able to see a full body movement of yours. When you are showing the hand gesture, what happens? I'm able to see only half of your hand gesture. Second thing is the body language. Again, the objective of the speech was more or less to the body language, and it is talk about the vocal variety, the pitch and harps. That's something really need to improve. So one way to improve is, for example, you said the same sentence. I just want to take an example. Both the pencil and rubber became tired. Instead of that, you put a little emotion, saying that both the pencil and rubber get so tired. So this kind of expression would have been enhanced your speech, and it would have been created a lot of impact to the audience. To challenge yourself to aspire to become an advanced speaker, ask questions to the audience to engage from the starting point. You would have asked, like, how many of you use eraser and the pencil in your day-to-day life? So this kind of question would have been helped a lot to connect your audience. And the conclusion is a mind-boggling storytelling speech with confidence, a strong message to the audience. So only by removing the blurring of your background and while delivering speech with a more powerful vocal variety and the body language would have been take it to the next level of your speech. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rajesh, for the evaluation. Moving on with the next evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Mahua Kundu, and she's going to evaluate Toastmaster with the method of speech.
Good evening, dear. May I start?
Yeah.
I think so that you can see me like the presenting.
Okay. Am I audible, visible both, right?
Yes.
Yes. Good evening, dear Toastmaster and the guests, especially my target speaker, Aditi. Congratulations on completing your last Toastmaster path. Ambika, can you get down? Reaching the final project is a significant milestone. And today's speech was not just a preparation. It is a reflection of your journey, your growth, and your commitment to becoming a great speaker and a leader. I just love the way you began your speech by sharing your first Toastmaster experience, which immediately drew us into your journey. And your each milestone was meaningful. Second, in your speech, I felt it was a logical expression. You started your speech sharing your first Toastmaster experience, and later on, you share your table topic journey as a general evaluator journey and how handle your tough audience speech. It was, I was witnessing that first, who was Aditi first, and now who is Aditi now. You have improved tremendously. Third point about that you are willing to share both your success and the struggles made your speech more relatable and I felt more authentic. Here is a few recommendation for your speech that when you open up your arms, okay, it will reinforce your speech and it will make a meaningful impact to the audience. Second recommendation will be your voice modulation. I felt that throughout the speech, your voice modulation was the same. But if you can soften your voice when the challenging time, and stronger your voice when you achieve, I'll give a slap. When you give stronger your voice when you are achieving or make a success in your or this journey. So at the end, today you demonstrate how much you have grown, not only as a speaker, but as a leader. Your journey, your journey is an inspirational to for every member. I believe that you have not stopped as a Toastmaster here. You will continue make your journey and make inspire each and everyone in this room. Over to General Evaluator Sudesh.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mahua. That concludes the evaluation segment by the evaluators. Now moving on with my evaluation, I'd like to call upon the stage the timer for today's Toastmaster invitation to present the timer's report, please.
I observed the prepared speakers and table topics speakers. Toastmaster Vasudha took 10 minutes, 18 seconds. Toastmaster Adviti took 11 minutes. Toastmaster Abhinaya took 5 minutes, 30 seconds. His prepared speech, everybody maintained within the time limit. This welcome. And Toastmaster Kalai Selvi, evaluator, took 3 minutes 57 seconds. And evaluator Toastmaster Mr. Rajesh took 3 minutes 16 seconds. Evaluator Toastmaster Madhuvi took 3 minutes exactly. And coming to table topics speeches, Mr. Sudesh took 1 minute 59 seconds. Toastmaster Praveen took 1 minute 50 seconds. West Pradeep Goyal took 1 minute 58 seconds. West Aditya took 2 minutes 44 seconds. Toastmaster Magua took 2 minutes 46 seconds. In this complete meeting, table topics, 2 people are exceeded their time, Aditya and Magua. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, timer, for master presentation. Moving on with the next role taker who's going to take on the stage is the ARC out there. I request Toastmaster Nitin to present the report, please.
Hi, Toastmasters. So was that there was 2 times so like some 4 times and there 2 times light. There was a good speech, but I counted, so I'm light. And obviously he was repeating live. It was like 22 times. So as his first speech, obviously, I mean, he can into the law. And Mahua, she was repeating 5 times. That's all.
The next role taker from my team is a grammarian who's going to come on the stage is Toastmaster Sudarshan Ganmalini. To present the grammarian's report, please.
Thank you, Sudesh. As the grammarian for today's meeting, I observed the language used throughout the meeting and appreciated the effective word choices and noted a few improvement opportunities to make our communication even more stronger. Let me begin with the word of the day. As per, I'm happy to report that the word of the day was used effectively by Toastmaster Abhinaya, Toastmaster Vasuda, and DTM Sudesh. Congratulations to all three. Coming to the phrase of the day, find your why. I'm delighted to report that DTM Sudesh used the phrase of the day effectively. Thank you for leading by example. Throughout the today's meeting, I heard several powerful words and memorable expression. Some of my favorite were structured approach, favorite were structured approach, core competencies, strategic leadership, flow state, own the stage, confidence, constructive feedback, always be evaluating. I also enjoyed some creative expressions such as Toastmasters doesn't leave your growth to chance. Choosing a pathway is like choosing a specialization. Growth doesn't happen in a day. Own the stage. And my personal favorite is Error 404, which was creative way to describe forgetting the speech. Now, here are the few language observations from today's meeting. Instead of saying do mistakes, we can say make mistakes. Instead of each are designed, we should say each is designed. Instead of how the time passes, it's more natural expression is how time passes. One vocabulary suggestion from the pencil and rubber speech. While rubber is commonly used in Indian English, the international accepted term is eraser. So pencil and eraser would be a more appropriate for your global audience, especially Toastmaster forum. Instead of made me to remind, we can simply say reminded me. And instead of started to wandering, we can say started wandering. These are the small refinement, but they help make our communication clear and more natural and more impactful. Overall, today's meeting was filled with inspiring speeches, thoughtful reflection, creative storytelling, and excellent language. Thank you. Over to you, General Elevator, DTM Sudesh.
Last one for the Tiger team is the listener. So he's going to tell us whether we listen properly, other improvement areas for us. So the listener for today, Toastmaster Ambaragan Krishnan, please.
Not audible.
Anko, we can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Very
good. Good evening, Toastmaster and dear guest. Once again, I will ask you few questions. How many pathways in Toastmaster? List out.
Six pathways.
Yeah. Tell me now how much that six. What are the? Anyone?
Dynamic leadership will, alternatively will say, okay, dynamic leadership, presentation mastery, strategic
Visual communication.
Yeah, persuasive influence.
Visionary communication, presentation mastery. Six of them. Yeah. During the Aditi speech, icebreaker, how many minutes he took?
3 minutes.
Anyone?
3 minutes 30 seconds.
3.5.
3 minutes 50 seconds.
Yes. 3 minutes 30 seconds. Okay. Now, what is the full form of PREP?
Point, reason, example,
Okay. Get over to General Evaluator Sudesh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ambaragan. So we are done with the evaluators and the Tiger team. Now I'm going to present my report for today's meeting, starting with the general observation that I've had when I entered the room throughout the meeting as well, right? The first thing first, I would strongly recommend the club to have an online timer as well, considering that we have both online and offline audience, especially when somebody is presenting at the online. sometimes the timing rules are not followed very diligently, considering that they could not see who's the timer or there's confusion around. So I request the club to think about getting an online camera as well in case there are more speakers online as well. First, I'll start with the Sergeant at Arms for today, Toastmaster Deepak Kijos. What I really liked about your presentation today was number one was you were, as always, you're calm and composed. I know that you're a soccer fan, so I would expect you to start with the game, and that's exactly what you started with. Started with the game. I really loved it because everybody was like, okay, this is the flag of Netherlands. Probably somebody would shout out, but obviously someone knew all the answers. That's a different thing. So I really loved the way you asked those questions, started with the game. If I could give you a couple of feedback for your presentation today, number one would be, as you're the first one to be coming on the stage, I would like you to be so energetic, always start with that clap so that everybody start with a clap, right? That's one feedback I have to give. And apart from that, you have given other feedback like the stage usage and other aspect of being a sergeant at arms. So please put your hands together. Moving on to the next role taker for today, Toastmaster, Afzal Siddiqui, the presiding officer. He is the one who always goes by the Toastmaster's commitment because he's the only one who was paid in the suit, right, for today. I would expect everybody to be here because back in the days, my mentor was saying that back in the days when Toastmasters meetings was held, it was like all formal meetings, everybody would come tip top with that suit and gentleman kind of look. So I'd like to appreciate him for bringing those memories. And he made sure that everybody was welcome. He had given the opportunity for the guests who were, because of the time limit, he had given a few of them to come on the stage and talk about Toastmasters. Everybody felt at ease. We had also spoke about Toastmasters, international oddities, and electronic city Toastmasters. But the first thing that I like is, as the presiding officer, your number one task is to call the meeting to order, bring the meeting to order. We need that one. If I could give you one feedback, would be to give that motivational story. That's missing because I want to hear stories, we are storytellers. So if you bring in that story, just a 1 or 2 minute story, just like a tabletop with a lesson, because that lesson will go and stay with us even if the meeting is dead. Because there are some stories, and throughout your presiding officer, I'm sure that you'll become a good speaker. You will rather become a better tabletop speaker because you will have enough stories in your kitty. And when it comes, when the time comes to be a tabletop speaker, I know for sure you will have enough stories in your kitty. So please put your hands together to welcome our congratulations of Master. Now moving on with the next role taker for today is Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shantanu. What a wonderful presentation that you had today because you were also calm and composed, very relaxed, and you had a theme on stage, North Star. I was like, okay, what is this North Star? Probably I was not aware of what is the North Star, but you had ample things to talk about North Star and how can you be that North Star along with the different transitional segments you explained about. Like we are going to start with, this is our introduction today. That's number one thing that you said. I really love the way how you presented today. Spoke about the agenda, what's coming up, the transition to a smooth. You spoke about the theme of the day. Considering that the presiding officer and the sergeant at arms spoke about Toastmasters International, you didn't touch base about that. I appreciate you for that one. Let's hear for Toastmasters Charter. If I could give you one feedback, would be don't go by the notes when you introduce someone on the stage because that is the challenge for you. Even if you don't know about Sudhish, who is Sudhish, speak something. Who cares? Nobody knows. I will not mind speaking. Give me some adjectives like a wonderful personality, an amazing speaker. I love it. Everybody will love it, right? So likewise, in case you don't know who the speaker is, still you're struggling to look at the notes, I would discourage you from doing that. Rather go impromptu. That's a challenge for you for the next time. Let's hear for something one more time. Moving on to the next role takers, I've touched base upon the Kaggle team, the time across Master Migration. I'm sure that you're doing for the second time, if I'm not wrong. Third time, let's hear for him. What I really loved was he spoke about what's the ground rule for timers, and you told the cards that went really well. If I could give you one feedback, would be considering that most of the speakers were completing their parts, considering that it's a longer speech. 10 to 20 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. Rather, you would say that, okay, the minimum time is, if it is 10 to 15 minutes speech, 10 minutes, I would show the green card, right? Likewise. Considering you did not mention that, I appreciate the evaluators for specifically mentioning that the time of this, not that the time is 10 to 12 minutes, that made your job quite easy as well. Considering that they spoke about it deliberately, considering that probably you would have missed that one out, right? So let's hear for the time. The art wonderful today, I'm sure that you're taking for the first time. So yes, let's hear for it for that. You are also calm and composed. You spoke about what is required. You didn't add any other adjective. You spoke like, okay, factuals used. This is the word that used by Advati, for example, or Toastmaster was the, this is the correct word, the ask number of times that you've used. One recommendation for all the Kaggle team would be to use the club PT where we have the books wherein you could see like how we progressed over the past few meetings, right? How many hours, how much we made, or the timing rules did we follow diligently. Use the club PT, we have the books for the timer, our counter, the grammarian. I don't know for listener, but all these three books are there. Use that so that next time when somebody else takes the timer role or the our counter role, they would know like, okay, as a club, how we are doing, or even if the president, he has to look at the progress of the club. That is the source of truth that they would use. So I would recommend all the Kaggle team role takers use the club PT in the book and write your notes in that one rather than writing on a separate paper. The third one is Toastmaster Sudarshan Karunandan, yes, grammarian, right? He's online, I'm sure. And right?
Yeah, he's there.
All right, okay. He's also again very confident when he was present. Spoke about the word of the day, the phrase of the day, how many times the word of the day, phrase of the day were used. If I have to give you a couple of feedback, number one would be, how can I improve my grammar? What is your general observation for today? How people using the tenses properly? I made mistakes, right? But I would like to know what mistake did I make and what as a club that we have to work upon in today's meeting. So number one thing for me to work upon today is the usage of tenses. So that is the observation as grammarian. If you could make, I'm sure that anybody would love it because that also ensures that you are the listener, you are grabbing things, you are noting down things, and you are giving a challenge to the club that this is the focus area for the club because we are not following the tenses clearly. So let's see for first parts of the club. The listen again is online, Anbargan Krishnan. You had asked a couple of questions. I'm sure that everybody had known the answers, and they were quite clear about, okay, what are the questions, what are the answers. One feedback, if I could give you, would be to add more questions, more challenging one, because the easy ones we would answer it very clearly. Make it clear in a way that, okay, it's challenging so that we have to think and answer. So let's hear for Toastmaster answer. That's all for the tag LTA. Moving on to the evaluators, because my job as a general evaluator is to evaluate the evaluators, not the speakers. Starting with the first evaluator, who is the first evaluator? Kale. Toastmaster Kale, are you there?
Yes, Sudhis. Yeah, I'm available but unable to come on video.
Okay, no problem.
So what I really like about the evaluation today, number one, is you're the only one who said that the objectives of the speech was met. Because as an evaluator, that's the number one thing that you have to do, whether the objectives of the speech was met or not. If not, you have to say why it's not met, right? I really like when you said that, okay, Toastmaster was the objectives of the speech was met, so forth, so and so reason. If I have to give you a couple of feedback, number one would be to focus on the structure of the evaluation because you were juggling between the positives and the areas of improvement. I felt if you could focus on the sandwich method, start with the focus areas of the positives on the one side, finish the positives and move on to talk about the areas that the speaker can work upon, right? Rather, you were talking about the objectives. You start with the objectives when you were called upon for the first time. I did not hear you mention the objectives of speech, but you concluded with objectives when you were called upon to evaluate the speech. So I would like you to start the other way around when you're called upon as an evaluator. What is your speech you have specifically mentioned? And when you're evaluating, you say that, okay, the objective is not bad, I really liked it for ABC, and these are the areas probably you may have to work for. Keep that proper structure. So let's hear from Toastmasters Khaled.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khaled. The next evaluator was Toastmaster Rajesh, who had evaluated Toastmaster Abhinay's speech. So what went well for him, as per me, was the structure he had, right? He spoke about, he used the sandwich techniques, spoke about the areas that the speaker did really great job, and the areas that the speaker would need work for. But one general feedback for all the evaluators is, number one thing, you have mentioned specifically whether the objectives of the speech was met or not. I would not recommend anybody to repeat the speech. That's not my opinion, but in case if you have an opinion, if the speaker has to repeat, you can deliberately say. But he has used the sandwich method. He has told the speaker, giving the positives and the areas that the speaker had to work upon. Apart from that, a Toastmaster was Abhinay speech. I felt that you could reduce the number of conversations, because I felt that your speech had multiple conversations and moving to and fro from here to one pencil and eraser. I felt it was overdone. That's my personal opinion. Whether I will stand here, maybe this is the pencil, this is the eraser, right? Rather than say, okay, pencil set, eraser set, but pencil set. Rather, I would use the gestures and just go around saying, pencil, okay, eraser. Just keep it in mind when you present for the next time. Let's hear for Toastmaster Abhinay. The last evaluation for today is Toastmaster Mohammed Kunchu, coming back after such a long break, and you had already seen, right, the toddler behind, but still you're going on with the field of Toastmasters. Thank you for Toastmaster. Marwa, you are a champion evaluator because you motivated the speaker, and that's exactly the evaluator has to do. Motivate the speaker to such an extent that the speaker feels that he or she is educated, so that they will take any criticism with a pinch of salt. That's fine. So that's exactly what you did. You had a critical evaluation, gave positives 1, 2, 3. These are the areas that you may have to work upon 1, 2. And in between you had distractions, but you went on still evaluating. That really shows the true spirit of Toastmasters. I'd like you to take up multiple evaluation roles again in future, so that you will become an amazing champion evaluator again. Thank you very much, Toastmasters. The last, but not the least, is the tabletop master Toastmaster I will take maybe. I was like, okay, maybe is this an educational session on Toastmasters or tabletop masters? That's the feeling that I had when I saw the presentation, because I knew some of those techniques, but you had additional steps to that one as well, right? Who remembers the 4 steps that you had given? I'll start with. First one is front. Second one, anyone?
3 points.
3 reasons. Okay. Third one. Story. The last one. All right. Okay. That is the speak volume. But let's see whether the speakers did justice to the topics that we had given. I felt the topics were quite tough, and especially for someone who is on the stage for the first time, especially for the guests. What I would have loved more is to give the guests a different topic of their choice, whether they can use the techniques, that's up to them, but give them a topic of their choice, but use the technique that you said. So that way they would feel that, okay, do I have to come on the stage, because this is all like going a while from here, but rather they would think that, okay, no, this talk I can talk because it is presented in the college. Like that gentleman, he said he spoke about the football, and he had given multiple examples as being there in the college or school. Are you a student? Yes. Yeah, all right. Okay, so let's hear for Toastmaster Abhishek. Overall, the meeting started a bit late, but considering that this is the new term, the new team taking over, I would give them a bit of time to settle in. Apart from that, a couple of suggestions, as I said, think about getting an online timer and try to be punctual, probably in the upcoming meetings start at 4 o'clock. And also keep the room tidy, clean, even after meeting, I would suggest. Thank you. That's all from me.
Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmasters. Yeah. So just I want to repeat like what I told. So you need to find that something that is non-negotiable. And third thing is that you have to recall those proudest moments in your life. That some moment that if someone asks you to recall some achievement, something you are really proud of, right? That's how you can find your North Star. So I just want to finish this theme with a beautiful quote that I always liked it. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Let me recall. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. With that, I would like to invite our presiding officer, Toastmaster Afzal.
Thank you very much, Shantanu, for that wonderful experience as well as driving this. So without further ado, and before concluding, we have a couple of quick segments. So I would quickly like to invite our past PR team for a quick 5 minutes demonstrations of their session, and then that's it. So I will invite Abhishek and Vasudha to take over and demonstrate.
Thank you so much, Afzal. Okay, Vasudha, are you there online?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, sure. Vasudha, I will hand over the page to Toastmaster Vasudha, our past Vice President of Public Relations, to present the report of our achievement in the PR section. Toastmaster Vasudha, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek Negi. Firstly, I would like to begin by thanking Sudarshan and Abhishek Negi because whatever graphs and information you're seeing here and anything achieved today is all because of the team support and the continuous efforts that has been put in building the PR of our club. So, not taking much of your time, I would just like to briefly describe what was our goal and how did we achieve it. Our major goal was to increase our visibility and celebrate members and build some curiosity about our club. So we had different type of initiatives planned, and through that we achieved certain numbers which is visible on the screen. So across this term, we created 211 posts and stories and total of 43.3K in total views. If I just want to talk about platform highlights, Instagram gave us 35.4K views, 64 new followers, and it had remained our strongest platform, reaching new audience and getting new guests. Facebook continued to strengthen our connection with the Toastmasters community and gave us 39 new followers. Now, anything which as an XCOM we do is for the club and also for us also. So there were major growth for the club. That is, compared to the previous term, the reach improved. We had engagement also that increased. Even the profile visits also grew. And Facebook views, if you could see, it doubled, almost doubled. Now, this wasn't just because of one single post, but it was about continuous brandings during via meeting posters, member recognition, the event highlights after the meetings, event promotions, educational reels, educational posts, so that we're not just reaching just the Toastmaster followers or within our club, but also reaching a larger audience beyond the Toastmasters fraternity. And around 94% of our Instagram reached because from the non-followers. Now, talking beyond the numbers, I'd like to end the report by something that in reality, the role taught us branding, marketing, storytelling, communication, leadership, teamwork, and so much creativity. So these are not just valuable in Toastmasters, but also in our careers, be it in college or be it in office. So if you ever want to contribute to the club while learning the skills, I'd encourage you to support the PR team and even consider taking the VPPR role or the associate roles in the future.
So lastly, I would just like to thank the XCOM, thank every member who shared our photos, shared our reels, followed us, and helped in branding our own club and supported our in our initiatives. So together we just didn't grow in social media, but we also strengthened our own visibility as a club. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Vasudha and Abhishek. For the guests, I just like to clarify. So we have 2 terms in a year, which starts from Jan to June and July to December. We are now in the second term. So, Vasudha and Vasudha's leadership, Abhishek Negi and Sudarshan were the DPPR team. And I really like to thank them for their incredible support and taking the initiatives to the next level and setting the benchmark high. So I would like to request each one of you to applaud for right. With that, I would like to request our education team for a couple of minutes to introduce the new members and hand them over the guest new member stage. So can I have Ram Kumar as well as Sachin on stage? One of them.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Today I'm here to introduce our new member, Toastmaster Nidhi, recently joined 3 weeks back. Like we are introducing all the stage. All the Toastmaster Nidhi for upcoming days. Please.
Yeah, the picture is very important. You also say clothes and it's so important.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So now I would request the Sergeant at Arms to display the QR code, and I would request every single guest and members to scan it and nominate your nominations for the role takers. You could also, the guest can also add your cell number as well as, like the number of meeting that you have attended and vote when you find the best role taker or the tabletop style. We would have quick 2 minutes for this.
One second, is this the right one? It's not just. No, it is not going to the voting session also.
It's not the one, yeah?
It is taking to the
members and
different.
the guests. Please click on the first option.
Vote for today's this one.
Yes, the first option.
Okay.
It's there, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Google Lens.
It is taking as a guest once.
It's for this, huh?
Enter. Give me a push. Then go back, let's say.
Let's fix the results and fill this. What it do, take, and I'll just, okay, sign. Okay, just get the results and put it and then I'll just. So for now, move to the next step.
All right, so considering we are good, now I would like to call a couple of guests for their feedback. There was somebody who could not come on stage due to the time constraints, so that's okay, please.
So I request two guests to come on stage and share their feedback, and if there is any scope of improvement, so we will take that very positively and improve. May I know your name? Umesh. Umesh, all right. Thank you. Good evening, all. Good evening. Today, I would like to give my feedback. So as per my understanding and as per my opinion, so this is the right platform for learning to improve our communication skills and to effective communicator in some public. That is the understood. Okay. Thank you very much. Any other guests would like to come on stage and share their feedback? You can take one more.
Hi, I'm Yogen. All right. So this is my third Saturday. So there is not much of feedback, but I enjoyed it a lot. There were some moments where I zoned out, but overall, I must say that not only my speaking skills, but my attention and my listening skills also getting improved. So thank you all for that, and looking forward to for all further meetings.
I'd like to introduce Abhishek Negi, who is our Vice President Membership. So should we need any additional clarification on enrollment or any other doubts you might have, please reach out to Abhishek Negi after the session. All right, so now I will just need 1 minute for the membership team to enroll or to roll out the role takers list for the upcoming meeting. 25th, we have our club officer training program that's happening in Siemens, Bangalore for all the executive committees. So knowing that, we have, like segregated this meeting still to be hybrid, and it's going to be a standard meeting. And the following one would be a speakerthon where we would have 10 experienced speakers and 10 dynamic evaluators to evaluate and present a dynamic environment. So yeah, Ramkumar, can you please roll out? Members, please enroll and reserve your seats for the upcoming meeting.
Yes, now it's the meditation.
Okay, 30 more seconds.
Okay, where is the result?
Check that. Abhishek Shayega. Adhini. Spelling, the speaker. Okay, role taker, right? You mean best role taker? No, I have only role taker and auxiliary role players. Speaker cards are not there. Okay, so they haven't speak. There you go. I decided. That's it, right? No, I can go to the evaluator user. Who's the next guy?
So now it's time to announce the winners of different role takers. So I just start with the best speaker for today based on all the votes that we have received. So I would request Vipulti Mehta to come on stage. Let's start.
Okay. Next one, best evaluator is Moga.
Best table topic speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Sudesh Oki.
This is the next roll is for this.
Best evaluator
Auxiliary
goes
role
to
player is Sudarshan.
Toastmaster Mahua Kundu. Do we have Mahua? Do we have Mahua?
Mahua, she left.
She left.
Okay, no worries. We will hand it over later. Best role taker again goes to distinguished Toastmaster Sudesh Hopi. Best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Sudarshan, who was the Romanian captain. Congratulations, Sudarshan.
Thank you.
With that, I would like to thank each one of you for coming here and experiencing it. And I would also like to thank all the role takers and distinguished Toastmaster Sudesh Hopi for being here. With that, as the presiding officer, I would like to formally close meeting number 560 of Electronic City Toastmasters Club, and the session is open for networking right now. Thank you so much.
Everyone please come on the stage.
I can stop recording, right?